One, welcome to another episode of It's Debatable. I'm Justin.
I'm Jalen.
And for this episode, it's gonna be a different one. I think there's a lot of things that, has to be addressed within the battle rap culture. We usually do like, predictions and, bar breakdowns and things of that nature. But I felt it was warranted to for this episode to just address the culture. So um to start off, I just wanted to ask you just how you feel right now. We're almost towards like the middle of the year. It's been very slow. Do you feel like battle rap is dying?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't really feel like it's really about battle rap anymore. I feel like a lot of these headlines, especially this year, has been everything like outside of battle rap a little bit more so like with the drama and everything. I feel like the biggest talked about battle was probably the Easy versus Hitman. On the URL platform has really been kind of a lack of classics even. Um, again with the headlines is like more so. Well, yeah, I think that was like the latter end of last year with Kid Sleep being a rat and like all that other jazz. Like it's becoming less and less about the battles like and then the battles that we are getting are very lackluster. I definitely seen a lot of people on Twitter complaining about how they just unsubscribe to the URL channel at this point because they're really not getting the battle that they want, and that the battles that they are getting are not really classic or even entertaining for that matter. So I definitely feel like it's definitely dying out, and I feel like URL is definitely in a weird state right now.
No, yeah, I would definitely agree. I feel like, the whole narrative this year has sort of been, just revolved around easy to black captain. It was easy to black captain getting out of his contract. Then it was him battling him and Holla. Then it's the contract thing again. It's him trying to do his own card. It's just been easy versus URL the whole year. And I don't know if that's the exact reason to maybe why it seems like battle rap is dying because I don't really like to speak about the other leagues. I really just try to focus in on URL, but just for the sake of the video, even with like RBE and King of the Dot, I know King of the Dot had the Pat Stay event, which was definitely a big thing. RIP to Pat Stay. Condolences to his family. Once again, even RBE, there's been a lot of cards like this called like the Blue Room now. And they've had some solid battles. But I forgot where I heard it. I forgot who said it. It might have been Verb, but even if you look at the numbers between the battle that happened Murder Mook and BK, you would think just the name Murder Mook it would automatically be like in a million view battle. And it's just been kind of slow. Now it could be him going against BK, who knows? But usually, just with the name Murder Mook attached, you expect the numbers to be astronomical. So views are definitely down. I feel across the board. We all know what URL is doing with the app, so it's not like you can really see it on YouTube. Anyway, we've kind of touched on it before, sort of like just transitioning from YouTube to the URL app and how that affected the culture URL, things of that nature. And it's definitely been good and bad. Definitely a black owned business. You definitely want to support. Everyone knows URL TV has been giving us content on YouTube for a long time. It was free. We all know YouTube is free, and they've done that for a long time. But they made the transition a couple of years back now, and like I said, it's definitely been up and down. But I want to ask you because I heard Aver, all the battle rappers like to talk in the spaces. He was talking about sort of how it's sort of peaceful that battle rap is kind of at a standstill right now. Anyone who doesn't know who P is, truth be told, I don't really know his exact job title. I feel like he's sort of around talent relations though. He's the one that does some of the scouting, goes out and picks a lot of the talent. Verb was talking about it, so there were just a couple things listening that I wrote down. I wanted to just see how you felt about it. So the narrative I feel he was really trying to get at was that I'm gonna put it in basketball terms. We talk about basketball. Um, it's basically from last year's draft, or not even particularly last year, because you might think of the last class like Sapphire Slow. I said Sapphire Slow, Sapphire Soul, and that class. But even like we could say like the last two, like three, 2-3 years, it's been like a lot of draft picks but just no stars. So it's just kind of been uh just a group of talent sort of from the DMV area, but they're not producing any stars. So people like, and I'm not saying these people aren't stars, but just some of the names, it's like Swervo and Ace Mean and Sheet Happens and um Prep and just I'm drawing a blank on some of the names now, but just people from the DMV area. It's been too many of them, so it's all kind of been the same sound per se, and it's just not that diverse enough. So just how do you feel about just the just the spike I feel like in the numbers of battle rappers coming in from the DMV era?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to the area per se. Like if they come from a certain area, um, I get the expansion part because at a time where battle rap was very New York based, and then they expanded to the West Coast. That's when we got Geechee, B Dot, and like others as well. So I'm not opposed to them, kind of getting prospects from the DMV area. But again, like to your point, it is kind of the same style and it's kind of getting drawn out. But I definitely feel like they don't separate each other apart to be honest. And also too, there's no I don't want to say hype, but there's no willingness to battle them. I don't really feel like, you know, these vets are really willing to battle or even entertaining a battle or even if they're getting called out. I remember I seen Sheet Happens call out Kayshawn and Kayshawn legit said, bro, I'm not even worried about you. Like, leave me alone. Like, there's no hunger for them to battle these you know people from the DMV, specifically the younger class. So I definitely feel like it's on their part too. Whether I definitely see Sheet Happens a lot in Swervo. They're definitely around in spaces and active in the community. But I feel like again it comes to battle rap. You feel me? Like if you're not performing a certain way and you're not performing consistently well, there's no need for you to be wanted or like there's no I'm not looking forward to the next Sheet Happens or Swervo battle. There's nothing that keeps me
And
wondering.
just time out, and just time out. I know that we keep saying Sheet Happens and Swervo. This is not no
I
direct
know,
hit
I know, I know.
to Sheet Happens and Swervo. No, I just think it's funny because we just keep saying their names. There's a lot more like stuff
Yeah,
like Stolen Foots, but just all these current battle rappers just coming really looks like just from the DMV area that they're trying to push. Go ahead.
yeah. But that's really the only notable prospects that I know though. So, and Sheet Happens, I actually do like him, but I feel like it's gonna take a lot of time for his style to warm up because again, it's kind of like he has his own lane, but it's like I don't really like the way he raps to me, but yeah, it's gonna take a long time for them to warm up and at least gain some height.
No, yeah. So, I just don't know what the exact problem is. Now, I don't want to say like, per se that P is the problem, cause I think there is some prospects that he has brought in that has become notable names. Like I know Swamp, I believe came under P. Um, I'm trying to think who else. Geechee? Oh, is Geechee still with Norbs?
I think Norris was in that realm.
Still in the Geechee. There's some no, there are some more names, but Swamp is just one of the names that does come to mind. So I'm not gonna say he's done a bad job. But then just looking at it still from a basketball sense, if the GM or the president of basketball operations, is just that whole team of people that goes into the draft to pick these prospects, the scouts and all the people like that. If it goes, a lot of years, 3, 4, 5 years in a row, and you keep, be getting these picks in the draft, and none of the players that you're bringing in are producing, it does kind of fall on you because you're the one looking at these people. So I definitely do think that is something to look at. And I just want to say, like, it's weird because when we first, just started watching battle rap, it wasn't as many battlers and there just was a lot more stars. Like, we came in when, like, K Shines and the Hitmans and the Charlie Clips and the Sue Surfs and the Tay Rocks were all damn near in the prime of their careers. And it's like, when when Charlie Clips was about to face someone, it was a highly anticipated matchup. It was a big lead up to it. Like
Mm-hmm.
When Charlie Clips was when Charlie Clips was about to face Lux, that was a huge thing that we wanted to see. Sue Surf battling Tay Rock,
Mm-hmm.
like when these people had matches, when these cards were being announced, you could not wait till the day that cause, and it wasn't even really doing the pay-per-views. You had to kind of wait until they dropped on YouTube. So
Yeah. And
just the hype is different. Like right now with these new battlers, I'm not really excited to see them battle. Like if something drops and I hear through the grapevines that it was a good battle, then I'll have some type of interest to see how it turned out. But when I see these matchups announced, I'm just not impressed. Like I don't want to see Shotgun Shook face Swerve on a small room.
yeah,
Like I don't see like that. That's not. I don't feel that's doing anything for the culture, and none of the fans are really asking for that.
yeah.
But then that leads me to something else I want to ask. Like, do you feel like it's just the lack of no more grudge matches?
I mean, I feel it's at a point where kind of everybody that's been in the game kind of already faced each other at this point, and it's like it's not really too many headliners left. Like I know we like before in like previous episodes we had like battles that we wanted to see, and like those battles right now are kind of lost that momentum. Like if a Hitman versus Geechee was to happen now, it
And
would be
some
cool, but it wouldn't
and
have
some
that
fell flat.
same momentum when we was first talking about it. But again, like the business side and all that logistics, I'm not too really certain what happened on that end. But then again, even to your points as you were saying, like in the previous years, even when the newer class came in with Chess Briz, T Top, Saga, we all when they first came in, we had battles we wanted to see them go against. Like when Chess first came, we knew we wanted to see him against K Shine. We knew we wanted to see him against Tay Rock. We knew we already had a list of battles we wanted him to go against. Even with T Top, we had a list of battlers that but we want to see T Top versus this guy and that guy. We wanted to see Briz versus like everybody. So like even with this newer class, there's no really like hype to where I want to see him versus Rum Nitty. Oh, I want to see him versus Geechee. There's no real like star or really interest for anybody to really gain like for these battlers to really like to make us see a battle. So I really feel like that's the case as well.
Right, but even with that class with like Chess, Briz, and T Top, Prep, and Saga, we know we also. Well, I felt when I first seen them was sort of on the BET tournament though.
Hmm.
So how much? Because I know like now they have the Crucible, like do we need to, I don't know how to say it 100% properly, but like do we need to be like warmed up more to some of these prospects? Because even looking at the Flair Soul, that I feel like the first time I seen him was on that one rounder on Summer Madness, and it's just like, why is this happening?
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't make any sense. Like I just like so just like how do you feel like the rollout for these new battlers is like just on the promotion side from the company, and then just like the promotion from the battlers.
Yeah, because I definitely feel like the Crucible is not even being highlighted. Like, if you were to tell me, who's been in the Crucible the last past years, I can't really tell you. Only could tell you the big names like the Flare Souls, I only seen. There's only a handful I could really tell you that I've seen in the Crucible. So most of the people I've seen from like previous the tournaments, and the last tournament was with who? Like the last tournament was.
You talking about like the new class?
No, the last tournament in general.
I don't think that was like with like newer people though. I think
But
that was
still, though,
like that was
the
like with
tournament created
GC and
something, though.
Swamp, and that was like with a mixture of different type of tiers and stuff.
Yeah, but even with the tournament, it gave us some type of, you know,
True.
yeah, like even when we seen like Sheet Happens beat no, or Sheet Happens versus JC, we seen okay, like Sheet Happens is, you feel me, someone to pay attention to.
But
There's
they were actually battling for something. That
yeah,
something mattered.
hmm
Like just imagine watching basketball, but there's no championship.
Yeah,
Like what would they, yeah, you still like to see the talent and them, but it's like what are they really playing for? Like that's why with the tournament it was money on the line and you wanted to prove whoever you was matched up against or whatever side of the bracket you was on. Yo, like I want to prove I'm the best out of these 16, 18, however many much people what was in it. Now
yeah,
these battles are happening and like for what, there's no like there's nothing behind it. And then even some of the ones that we have gotten off that I felt were gonna be big battles. I know we spoke about like Goods versus Easy the Black Captain. It just fell short, and it wasn't even so much on the newer classic side per se. It was more on the vets. So it's like I'm just actually just kind of like just disgusted from what I'm seeing. But it lead me to think of something else though. Free to wave, Sue Surf being locked up. How much of a factor is that playing? Because like sometimes like in like even think of like wrestling, you need an antagonist. You need
mhm.
someone that's kind of gonna just ruffle the feathers of the fans and the valors. So I feel once before Sue Surf was locked up, I don't think no one was really saying that battle rap was dead. Like we seen Surf just running gun titles. It was a big group inside battle rap. We wanted to see, them versus EFB, like a group versus group card. Um, just everything he was doing from the Instagram lives, just from the music. I think we kind of see now that whenever he said like, like this is my shit, and he has battle rap in a chokehold. I think it's more evident now, not now than ever. How much of you feel him being locked up is playing an impact on just this whole battle rap year?
Yeah, I definitely feel like him being locked up definitely like we lost the impact on battle because if you really think about it, like 24/7, he was kind of like not. I want to say he was working for battle rap, but he was battle rap 24/7, whether it was on Spaces, Twitter, and everything. I feel he at least created a problem, created a headline, created a story, created something to where it's like, oh, you feel me? We might see Sue Surf versus X, Y, and Z, or Sue Surf is arguing with Averb in the Spaces, or and now Averb has a group of, you feel me, his people versus Surf. Like he created something. Like you feel me. Like right now, it's kind of hard to like just go off the fly. Which I do want to. I know we're gonna get to it later, but I want to give credit to Easy for at least trying to do something different out of the norm or something. But it's not to the level of Sue Surf, but Sue Surf just created so much, even with the Midnight Madness, even if it was for one event. He had battle rap in a chokehold for that one weekend, you feel me? He had people tatting Midnight Madness on him. Like, he created something. He created the hype, and he created, interest into the battle rap. So I definitely feel like him leaving definitely impacted battle rap for, like, a lot, a lot. It left a major impact.
Nah, yeah, for sure. So I definitely feel, once he's free, we still don't know all the details of his situation and what will happen. But I'm just knocking on wood that, he does become a free man again and comes back to battle rap. His next battle was supposed to be Danny Myers, just another one that he just built up. It wasn't one that we just always wanted to see, but just the shit talking, just the back and forth, that was going to make for a mega match. So free to wave. Just moving on to the next sort of like topic. So we definitely see like URL just um, just been going back and forth with RBE, like just sort of like for like years now. Um, but I want to ask like, and it can and not just excluding RBE, just sort of like all the major leagues, small leagues. Would it be better just for battle rap if the leagues just sort of aligned? Like even just speaking about like URL and RBE, like a battle like Tay Rock versus Big K, like something that I feel the battle rap culture would want to see, but we know just due to the business circumstances we probably will never see. So are we just coming to a point because you kind of just spoke on briefly like just running out of like highly anticipated matches? Should the leagues align to sort of just save battle rap as a whole?
Yeah, I definitely feel like it should happen. I feel like a major part of that is the business side of it, and I really don't know what goes on that end, but I definitely feel like it needs to at least be attempted, or at least a discussion, or you feel me, at least something. It doesn't feel like it's even, a thought between the two parties. Definitely feel like it's between, I don't know the relationship between them, but I don't definitely feel like any of the leads really have a relationship. I did see Smack and Organic together for that Pat's Day card, I believe it was, but that was like the last time I really
And made for a great event though.
yeah. And but again, there's no like discussion or, you feel me, even talks about it. But I feel like to battles could also play a part and at least have, create a rumbling or create a headline for it. You feel me? At least try to push the needle for it, at least attempt to do it. You feel me, at this point, because you feel me, it's only so many ideas of cards you could do, only so many matches you could do with the same roster. So I definitely feel like at least be attempted.
No, no, I definitely agree. I definitely understand the business part, and I think it's been so much bad blood just over the years. I just don't think it would ever happen, but I'm just thinking that it would just open the door to just so many countless matchups that I think would just be fire, and I think the culture would definitely want to see. Um, so the next time we, get together on the podcast, we're definitely gonna address I guess just the biggest thing moving in the culture right now. Euro versus Easy, the Black Captain. Usually we don't just get into like the drama and things of that nature, but this has really just sort of been like the only real huge major thing going on besides Gnome Impact. So we're definitely gonna talk about it. I guess give our perspectives on which side was right, and which side was wrong. Um, and we're just gonna get to the bottom of the whole situation. But we want to thank everybody for watching this episode. If you made it this far, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on all social media platforms at It's Debatable double underscore. Follow me at Justin Jones on Facebook for details and developments on the platform.
Hmm.